guys, welcome back to Ravenclaw Reads. I'm Courtney and today is Monday, October 2nd, and you're joining me for another weekly reading vlog. It is 5:04, so I didn't get this done earlier, and kind of a lot to update. So last week I did videos every day. It was gonna be like a short 20-minute vlog because I didn't have that much reading done last week and the files just would not upload. If you use iMovie, you know, like I film on my phone and one of the days footages were corrupt. And so I wasn't able to upload it and I was working on it all night on Saturday. I even woke up on Sunday with crust in my eye trying to figure it out. And I was like, you know what, it is what it is. We didn't miss that much last week though, because it's the last week of the month. And so I didn't get that much done. As I went into the week, I wanted to finish off Babysitters on Board, which I did, which I gave 3 stars, as that was unrealistic in general. And then I was reading The Toll, and my goal was to read The Toll until Saturday, so I have Saturday to rest and then just move on. That did not happen because The Toll is good. It took a minute to get going. Like, it didn't start getting good to about 100 pages in. And I just didn't see myself finishing 500 pages in like 2 days by the time I'd gotten to that point. So I just didn't read it and I was okay with that. And so Friday night, I kind of stopped reading it. And then Saturday, I ended up picking up the start of my October books. I was so excited. So starting with October, I've already gotten 2 books down. And so I started and finished Babysitter's Club, The Haunted House, I think it's Mystery Super Special #1. Apparently I'd already read that book. I had the physical copy, but I also ended up downloading it on my Kindle because I'm just really in my Kindle era right now. Like, all I want to do is read Kindle books, which is so funny. So I just bought a bunch of books for this month, so this will be interesting. But I ended up reading that. I think I gave that one just 3 stars. I honestly don't remember much of it either time of reading it, so unfortunately I don't have that much to say about it. I'm sorry. Then yesterday I read and finished Legends and Lattes. Let me get the screen pulled up. Oh goodness. And then you double click it and then you end up turning it off. We try to turn it on, then turn it on, we try to turn it off. Okay, so I ended up reading Legends and Lattes and I gave this 3 stars. Now, there are lots of people that love this book and I love it for what it is, but it wasn't screaming 4 or 5 star for me. I still loved it. I thought it was very cozy. I think this is the perfect time of year to read it. I will be reading the prequel book. I thought the concept was so funny with the idea of like bringing a coffee shop in a place where a coffee shop wouldn't go, and just like the drama. Like, I thought the whole thing was great. But just a 3 for me. It started to feel arduous towards the end and not so enjoyable. I also had lots of things in my mind about what I wanted to read because this is like my big month of like, besides December, this is like the most choreographed month of books, right? Like, I know I want to read a certain style of book. So, let me tell you before I tell you what I'm reading, let me tell you. So on Saturday night, I was starting the Babysitter's Club on my Kindle Oasis, and spoiler, I'm coming back to that. And I had just gotten a comment on the Kindle Oasis video, and I had said I need to do an updated Kindle Oasis video because a lot has changed since the initial review or unboxing of it. The battery has gotten a lot better. It's like one of my favorite Kindles. I sometimes even prefer this over the Paperwhite because of the handle. And honestly, if you're going to get a Kindle and you don't want the Scribe, this would be my next best bet for you. Like, I really like everything about this. And then that same night, it continued to glitch. So here's the glitch that I'm getting. So what happens is I'll be reading a book and I get about 28%, 30%, not the end of the book. And it will come up to the end screen where it's like, rate the book, you finished the book. And it will literally say read on the banner and across all my devices that I already read it when I didn't actually read the book. And so it happened a few weeks ago. I started my Kindle and it was fine. And then I did it again and I was like, this is ridiculous. So I got this Kindle in May of this year, and I still have the ability to get a replacement. So I am going to do an Oasis updated review because I still think it's a very solid device, and I have to get a replacement because for whatever reason, my glitching is not happening. It's not good. So that replacement should come on Wednesday, which will be great. Can't wait to show you guys that. And this week I have in-person days on Wednesday and Thursday. So part of my job, we present trainings in person, and it happens to be this Wednesday and Thursday. So my Kindle will be sitting here without me. But what's really exciting is these stickers are on the case, not on the Kindle. So they will look good on the other Kindle too. The downside of a replacement Kindle, if you've done multiple Kindles, is like the setup. You got to get the right zhuzh on the home screen, which books come first, and it's a thing. So, yeah, interesting that I was going to do an updated bragging video about the Oasis and I have this glitch. It's still one of my favorites. I've been using the Paperwhite a lot, but the Paperwhite lags. This, to me, the processor is just a little bit faster, even though it's from 2019. And of course, the Kindle Scribe is ultimate, but honestly, holding this in the bed is virtually impossible. And so this is more like my stationary, like I'm just going to sit on the couch and read. And this is what I'm reading in the bed. And I don't have a case on this. I don't have pop sockets. I've seen people do pop sockets on the Scribe, and it ends up being like 2 pop sockets on each side. That just doesn't look good to me. So we're just living free. All right, so currently I have 3 books going. I'm so excited. So 2 books down for October. So exciting. So I was going to read this book, and I was looking for it on Kindle. This is One of Us is Dead by Geneva Rose. And I couldn't find it on Kindle, but I found that they had an audiobook from Libby, which I rarely listen to. But since I have to commute this week, I thought it would be great to have this on audio. And I'm about 30% into the audiobook. It's like an 8-hour, is it 8 hour? I can't tell if it's 8 hours sped up because I do 2 times, or is it 8 hours, I can't tell. Anyway, I'm about 30% in, and this book is so good. So it's following these frenemies in Buckhead, Atlanta. It's a very prestigious area, and let's see, who, at the beginning they tell us that somebody has died. I can't remember if they said who was dead. I can't remember. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, we're following this society. So Shannon is like the top-notch, like, queen bee of the whole little society group. But her husband just recently is separated from her and is dating Crystal. Crystal is super young, and she's trying to get into the fold. Bryce is the guy, and he's trying to get Crystal into the fold and having her, like, go to this hair salon where all their stuff happens. And Ginny is the owner of that. And oh, maybe they didn't say who was dead, because they go back and forth of like present day of an investigator talking to them, and then like the backstory. So Shannon and Bryce obviously are separated. Bryce is with Crystal. Bryce is trying to make Crystal Shannon 2.0. And then Olivia is trying to be the next Shannon. She wants to be the next queen bee. And then Ginny, she owns the hair salon and just knows everybody's secret. Most of this is on the back, but that's exactly how it plays out. So it's been really good so far. Shannon's horrible, in my opinion. She does some really embarrassing things to get her ex back, and you can tell like the tensions are brewing. This is a perfect book to me to listen to while I'm working and driving, because it's light. Well, it's light in that I don't have to have a lot of thought power. It's giving mystery vibe without like a cozy mystery. It's like there's definitely drama, and it feels like Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm here for it. So listening to this, and then at night I am reading It Found Us by Lindsay Curry. I got this book pre-ordered and it downloaded on my Kindle in August, and so I am just 6% in. And what's happening? Okay, we are, oh, a little sister is listening to her older brother talk about going to the graveyard, so she wants to sneak up. Obviously, that's kind of where we are, just really, really lightly in. But reading that at night, I hope it's not too creepy. I know this cover is already freaking out Reagan because every time she sees it, she just flips my Kindle over just nice and gently. But that's what I'm reading when the lights go out. And then my physical book is Payback's a Witch. This is so cute so far. I'm on page 45. I started it last night before bed. And this book is following Emmy. She is from a witch town. And she's a family of 4 major witch families in this town. It's Thistle Grove. And every 50 years, they kind of have this competition to see which family is going to be the most, basically like the mayor of the city, right? And so her family has asked her to come be a part of the competition, even though she does not live a magical life. She lives in Chicago now, and she's opted not to live with any magical essence or whatever. And so she comes back to town and immediately runs into the guy that broke her heart 9 years ago. He's from the very prominent family in the town, and oh my gosh, they meet. She sees him at a bar. He comes in and doesn't even remember her. Guys, when I read that, the way that I recited it out loud, I was like flabbergasted. He didn't remember her. This man shattered her heart 9 years ago, and he did not remember her. So she's like double shattered. Another friend from a different family group comes and is like hanging at the bar too. And she wants to seek revenge on this guy too. So it seems like the women have been scorned by this guy in the most powerful family, and they might do something, hence the name. But I'm only 45 pages in, and she's still just trying to like get reacquainted into Thistle Grove. So such a great way to kick off the spooky month. So excited about that. Other than that, I think that's really going to be the focus this week. And if I can get one more book in, that would be great. I don't know what that one more book would be. I need to start, you know what would be good is None of This Is True, since I heard that's really good. That might be fast paced. And then A Discovery of Witches I want to get started because this one feels chunky and this might be something that goes on in the background for a while. So, but yeah, it's starting off really well. Like I said, I'm going to be busy this week. And so I'm really gonna have to be intentional at night about squeezing in my reading. And so that's why I love having the audiobook. I'm also diligently looking for all the books that I have. If I have a copy on Kindle, if they're on Kindle Unlimited, or if I get them at the library, because I'm just wanting to be with my Kindle. I don't want to hold a book. So I could not find a Kindle edition for Payback's a Witch because it's got like a 20-week wait on Libby. And I definitely won't buy another copy if I have it, but preference would be Kindle. Anyway, that is everything. I will come back tomorrow with more of what I read. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Just checking in. It is after the workday here, and just wanted to just tell you what I finished today, because I actually finished something. So I had been listening to One of Us is Dead on audio, and I finished this today, and this is so good. I'm giving it 5 stars. This book is page turner. Even though I listened to it on audio, I could not put it down. I was listening to it while I walked the dog. I was listening to it as I walked around the house. And it was really good and easy to follow. It is a true to life murder mystery. And the best thing I liked about it is that I didn't find out who did it until like the last page. And so I highly recommend. Hard to say a lot about it since it is a murder mystery. But it's really good. Again, we're following a group of women living in Atlanta in a very prestigious area, and everybody's trying to be the top dog. And drama ensues as they all try to clutch that position. And we know from the beginning one person has died, but we don't know literally until the last pages who that person is. So highly recommend this book. Yeah, like I said, I listened to it on audio from the library. So done with that. So 3rd book done for October. And then last night I focused on Payback's a Witch. I am again about 90 pages in, page 91. I was so tired last night. It was a busy night. Kennedy actually, I think I said this in the last clip, had award night. She lettered in academics for last year. So proud of her as a freshman. That transition into high school, she earned 3.5 or higher and maintain that for the entire year. And so that is amazing. So happy to see her. They celebrated, obviously those are scores from last year. She's a sophomore this year. And so they celebrated 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. And it was great to be in a space with all those kids working hard. So by the time I got home, we ate dinner, did all of our bedtime routines, and then I had a little bit of time to read. I ended up staying up to like 11. I just couldn't get to sleep. Anyway, so this book is building up. I don't want to say it's slow, but it's a little slow. However, there's only like 300 pages in it, so I know I can finish this either today or tomorrow. But basically, nothing much has happened except that we have three friends-ish who are teaming up to seek revenge on the family who is his name Gareth? Yeah. Gareth is the main son in the like popular family of the witch town, and they all have been scorned by him, and so they are teaming up to seek some revenge on him, and they're hoping to do that by using spells to alter the results of the every 50-year sort of games that they play to see who will be in control. So his family's expecting to be in control in the city, and they're going to try to rig it to go a different way. So it's a little slow, I'm not going to lie, but like my first witch book out of the gate cannot be a DNF, so I'm going to push through for whatever it takes. So that is what I am reading. I didn't get much of this done. It found us because I was really focused on Paybacks of Witch, and then I was tired. And so that's okay. If I can't get this done and just focus on Paybacks of Witch, then that is fine. All right, so that's the update for Tuesday. I have to take Reagan to trumpet today, so I'll be able to read a little bit while I am waiting for her. So we'll see how much further I can get. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, happy Friday. Oh my goodness, this week, where have I been? Okay, it was a very busy week at work. And my intention was to, sorry, I'm just like trying to fix this out. My intention was to hop on Wednesday and Thursday, even if it was later at night, and just give the updates. That did not happen, but that's okay. So there's a lot to update on. And so we'll get through as much as we can, and then I will carry this on until tomorrow. So far, despite it being busy, it's been a decent reading week. Most of the things that were on my list are happening. So first up, I think I mentioned in the last clip that I did finish One of Us is Dead. Really liked this book. Did it on audio. And then after that, I quickly ran to Paybacks of Witch because I was so excited to get into my specifically witchy books. And guys, I was so disappointed by this book. I think I gave it 3 stars to be nice, but it's really like a 2-star. Unfortunately, it just didn't hit the way it needed to. It's very YA feeling, and I thought it was going to be like a whole witchy romance sort of thing. It was pretty childish. The games that they're, okay, so we're in a town. Emmy Harlow is a witch. Her family's a witch. They come from this town where there's like 4 main witch families. She's trying to distance herself from the witch world. She lives in Chicago as a normal person. She doesn't do any magic, but she's coming back because her parents have asked her to come back. It's like the 50-year competition on which family is going to sort of rule the town. So the main family is the Blackmores, and Gareth is the guy that's around their age. And Gareth has broken Emmy's heart in the past, and that's why she hasn't been back for like 9 years, since like high school. But in speaking to other people, she also runs into Talia, who's an Avramov family, and they've also had a run-in with Gareth. And then Lyndon is her best friend, and wait, is it her best friend? But Gareth was also seeing Lyndon. So basically 3 girls that he was seeing, and he scorned all of them. And so they decided to have this revenge. But in my opinion, it's not like the best revenge. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who wants to read it, but not my favorite, not at all what I was expecting. And once I got toward close to the end, I was just kind of flipping pages. Honestly, I just wanted to be done with it, and I didn't enjoy it. So that bums me out. Then I went on my Kindle to It Found Us by Lindsay Curry. I gave this book a solid 3 stars. I will say it's a spooky, creepy, eerie, ghost style book. If you don't like the supernatural, graves, ghosts type thing, this won't be for you. I don't like any of those things, but I wasn't super scared because Lindsay Curry follows a very specific formula. Fortunately or unfortunately, that's just how she writes her books. And so the favorite book I've had of hers, and this is the 4th book I've read of hers, my favorite is still Skritch Scratch. Maybe it was because it was the first one I read, maybe because I had it on audio, but it was just more original than the other books. And so I appreciated that one the most. Like I said, nothing wrong with this one. I gave it a 3 simply because it was similar to the past books that she's written. However, if you've never read one of her books, you might really like it. If you are looking for a Lindsay Curry book just to test the waters, go straight to Skritch Scratch. Now, it will indeed ruin you for all future books that you read of hers, but I think it's such a good book. So that's kind of what I have focused my reading on this week. So that's 3 books. That's great. And so currently I am reading None of This Is True. It is a Book of the Month Club book that I picked up last month. It's actually downstairs and I can't go get it right now, but I just started it last night, so I have no thoughts on it. I'm like on page 8 or something. And then digitally, I am reading The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Put this here in the scribe. And this is said to be just a really cute romance, and I heard it as like Gilmore Girls meets Practical Magic. Sold. Sold. I need nothing else, so that's why I don't even know what it's about. Okay, I'm in. So I am literally like 2% into this book, but it's gotten really good reviews so far, so I'm excited. So that's kind of what I'm reading and what I'll go into this weekend with. I also want to start, I think I said this either on my last check-in or on my daily vlogs, which they're all starting to blur now. I want to start Discovery of Witches because this is a chunkier book. I want to make sure that I have time to get through it. The font is small, but I also have this book on my Kindle, and so I really want to love this series. I'm so excited to like finally dig into it. So that will be in the background as well. So a couple of things have happened this week. So let's start with the good stuff. So I did get my Book of the Month Club box. It came, what day is it? It came the 4th? Yeah. And so I picked up 2 books. So again, in my last vlog, I think I talked about the drama of it, but basically, so I had, okay, this new book by V.E. Schwab came out. This is The Fragile Threads of Power. It looks like a standalone fantasy novel. And they put this out and they said, like to members, hey, like this book is going to come as your add-on for a credit. So exciting. And like it actually didn't. I still had to pay for it, so I don't know what happened to the credit, but whatever. But what's funny is that I haven't read any V.E. Schwab books. I know that she is kind of everywhere in the booktube and TikTok world, but I haven't read any of her books. But I know it's like fantasy and it's kind of like fun. So I get the book and I open it and all the words are upside down. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, what's going on? This is going to be so cool. And actually the dust cover was just on the wrong way. So much for my exciting journey in the world of V.E. Schwab. Let's see, what does this book even say? It says, a new door opens. Once there were 4 worlds nestled like pages in a book, each pulsing with a fantastical power and connected by a single city, London. After a desperate attempt to prevent corruption and ruin in the 4 Londons, there were only 3: Grey London, thriving but barely able to remember its magical heritage; Red London, only ruled lately by the Marish family, flourishing and powerful; and White London, left to brutality and decay. Now the worlds are going to collide anew, brought to a dangerous precipice by the discoveries of 3 remarkable magicians. There's Kosika, the child queen of White London, who has nourished her city on blood and dreams, and whose growing devotion to both is leading her down a dangerous path. Then there's Delilah Bard, born a thief in Grey London, who crossed the worlds to become a legend from there. She's an infamous magician, a devious heroine, and a risk-taking rogue, all rolled into one unforgettable package. Having disappeared to seek a new adventure, an old favor now calls Lila back to a dangerous port to join some old friends who need more help than they even realize. Last, there is Tess, a young runaway with an unusual and powerful ability, hiding out in Red London while trying to stay out of the limelight. Tess is the only one who can keep all the worlds from unraveling, if she manages to stay alive first. So this actually sounds really good. Like I said, it was just kind of like, hey, here's a book you should check out. So I'm excited. And then the actual book of the month book. Oh, also, this was just $10, which I know in the times that we're living in, just $10 is not just $10. But it was $10. And you can see right on the desk cover, it's a $30 book. So benefits of Book of the Month Club. I don't think I'm big enough yet for them to sponsor me, but we'll love to connect with Book of the Month Club. Okay, next is The Unmaking of June Farrell by Adrienne Young. This was my actual pick for Book of the Month Club. And I believe this is the fantasy pick. And it says, a woman risks everything to end her family's centuries-old curse, solve her mother's disappearance, and find love in this mesmerizing novel from the best-selling author of Spells for Forgetting. So I'm not going to read much more than that. It's pretty small. It looks like it's just over 300 pages. But both of these are just nice books to have. They're beautiful. I don't have a plan to read them this month. My TBR is booked and busy, so I don't have that plan. Okay, but let me tell you about what happened this week. So I'm reading on my Oasis. Everything's going fine until it's not. So a couple of times I've had the glitch on my Oasis where I read the book and then it just shows up like, you're at the end of the book. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like 23% in. And so I reached out because I got this in May. So I'm like, I can't return it. But I saw that I was under the 1-year warranty. And so I reached out to Amazon. They were really helpful. They said they would replace it. Great. So I get the replacement on Wednesday. And the replacement is a refurbished device. So I'm confused because how do I buy a new device, but you're going to replace my new device with a refurbished device? So very politely, I entered a chat because I didn't have expectations. And I said, and this is after somebody commented on my daily, because I was like, is this normal? Does everybody get the refurbished, or what's the vibe? Somebody said it was not normal and I should hit them up. So I did. I contacted them and happy that I did. So basically they said that it sounds like they generally send out refurbished devices unless you make a fuss. That's what it sounded like. Those are my words, not theirs. But they said that the refurbished device was at 99% working. My problem is that technically when I buy my new device, it should be 100% working, right? And so although I'm not returning to you a new device, we are replacing due to a glitch. Anyway, it should be a new device. So long story long, they said that I could just purchase a new Kindle Oasis and they would refund me. I don't know the logistics of all that and why it needs to go that process. The only thing I could think is tracking purposes, because it's they offered a replacement. I'm refusing the replacement, but they'll give me a credit basically and refund the price of the Oasis. And so that's kind of what I think they're doing. Either way, I did that, and the new Oasis is already better. And it's you don't know something's wrong with your device or something until something else happens. And so my Oasis never charged fully to 100%, even from out of the box. And now this one does. It feels zippier, although that definitely could be a mental thing for me. But I didn't have stickers or anything on I didn't have stickers on the Kindle at all, just on the case. So it's just a real quick swap, but it's been great so far. So that is my long update from the week. And I'm going to try to get some reading done tonight. And I'll check in again tomorrow. Hey guys, happy Saturday, hopping on fresh off of my errands, but I wanted to film this little clip and get it set for editing tonight since I had so many editing issues last week. So we just got back, like I said, from errands, but one of those errands was Savers, which my oldest loves to thrift, and I'm not much of a thrifter, but I went with her in the summer and saw value in it. But they didn't have a lot of books when we went, and this time they did, so I got so many. But let's start with what I'm reading. So yesterday I tried to continue this book and I just didn't like it. And again, I don't know if it's me or what. I heard such good things about this. I also heard maybe doing it with audio is better, which makes sense because maybe I'm just not paying attention. I just didn't know like who was speaking and like who has the podcast. I don't know. So DNF'd for now because I didn't care. And then I decided to pick up on my Kindle X's and Hexes. Wait, let me see. I'm going to pull it up. Way off. Not Your Ex's Hexes is what I decided to read on my Kindle. This is part of a series, the Supernatural Singles series, and this is by April Asher. I'm trying to pull up the cover for you, and I'm literally like 2% in. I started last night, and then decided that I did not want to like really get into it, and then I read a little bit this morning at the nail shop, but they called me early, so that's the cover. And we're just trying to figure out what's happening. But I'm doing that one. And then the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I don't feel like I'm in a slump. But what I'll tell you is that like I'm in a quandary because I'm really amped on reading on my Kindle right now. And all of my TBR mostly is physical, which is such a minor problem. But if you know, you know, sometimes you just want to hold your Kindle. You don't want to hold a book. And that's kind of where I am. So if these don't work out, I think a great book to go to would be this Fear Street book, or My Roommate is a Vampire. And so these would be great ones to sort of knock out. But let me tell you what I got at Savers, because there was quite a few things that I was excited about that I had not expected to be excited about. So let me first show you what I got for Reagan, just for anybody who's picking up books. So she loves Pokemon. They had some Pokemon books and 2 mangas. She's got one of the mangas with her. And then they had, I'm missing one, but they had the Captain Underpants books, which she likes, Dave Pilkey's writing. And they had like book 3, 4, 5, 6. So I picked those up. Okay, so then I was just casually looking, not looking for any particular series. Well, I was looking for Babysitter's Club. But then I found a ton of Boxcar Children books. And I read the Boxcar Children, like, entire series. Like, I was hooked. And so I found 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm like, can I count? Found 8 books. My Savers price is at $1.79. And so I was so excited. So the first one is, well, if you don't know, the Boxcar Children, when did they come out? Okay, I have book 5. Well, wait, actually I have the first one. Let's see. They came out, oh my gosh. Why does it make me so excited? 1942, then again published in 1950, 1969, 1977. I read them in the 80s and 90s. So here's the first, I think this is the first edition, Boxcar Children. By Gertrude Chandler Warner. And so the Boxcar Children were basically like orphans sort of raising themselves, and they would sleep in boxcars and like have these adventures and try to figure things out. No parents to be heard or seen of. And I just wanted to be a Boxcar child, like who the adventure, like something about sleeping in a boxcar was so exciting. Everything about it. So I'm like flipping through the pictures and getting nostalgic about reading this series. I've tried to get both my girls into it. They're like, absolutely not. I loved the Boxcar Children. So today I found the first one, which I found on Kindle, but it just didn't read the same. And I bought it accidentally and then I'm never going to read it. So there's the first one. And then book 5, Mike's Mystery. These are in great condition. I mean, definitely color stained, right? But like this one, the binding's not even like hardly touched. And this one, let's see, was copywritten in 1960 and then 1988. Oh, I picked up 2 of number 5. I didn't mean to do that. If you're a Boxcar Children person, hit me up. I'll send you one. Or maybe I'll redonate it. Okay, and then I got, what's this, number 3, The Yellow House Mystery. These are the updated covers, looks like. And this one was written in, always fascinates me. That's why I like to look when it was written. This one, 1953, and then republished in 1981. And then, what else do I have? I have another, guys, I got way too excited. There's another 5. So again, if you need a number 5 for your Boxcar Children collection, message me down below. Okay, and then we have number 37, The Mystery of the Lost Village. I don't know what my plan will be on rereading these, but it's nice to have them. And this one, again, the binding doesn't even look like it was opened. And this was copywritten in 1993. And then this is Surprise Island, another super special. These are also by Scholastic too, so you think about like Babysitter's Club and like that same sort of formula. And this was 1949 and 1977. So I guess not the same formula because Scholastic wasn't probably around in 1944. And then here we have a spring special. This one looks a little bit newer, and this is special number 2, The Mystery in Washington, D.C. This one's got some love. We got a folded page, a ripped cover. In 1984 is when this was put out. And so these are real quick reads, and excited to get back into my love with the Boxcar Children. Okay, and then I just started picking up things that looked like old and classic. So I picked up Clue. This is Death by Candlelight. And again, this looks like it hasn't really been opened. 1995 was when this was written, and I thought as we're thinking about middle grade Halloween or just spooky books, that might be kind of cute later. And then I picked up the BFG, which I don't know who's going to read this in my house, but this is the copy that I read, the way this looks, and so I thought it was really cute. And then I remember this book, 6th Grade Can Really Kill You. This one looks a little bit older than I like with the edges, and so I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm not against secondhand stores. Obviously, I'm shopping at one, but like it takes a while for me to feel like they're mine. You know, it's like you have to, it's gotta smell like you, it's gotta feel like you. It takes a minute, so I don't like the way that one looks, but I did pick it up. I picked up The Mouse and the Motorcycle because I was obsessed with this. This is the cover that I read from, and I just really loved this whole series. Like, I don't like mice in life, and so it's weird that I loved this as a kid, but I loved this series. And then my gem that I found, one Sweet Valley Twins book. This is number 18, Center of Attention. Has Jessica finally gone too far? That's the question, and the answer is always yes, she did. So really excited about this little haul, and I got all of these. So that's, I think I got a total of 19 items for 31 bucks. And so when you think about in terms of what that looks like at Barnes or on eBay for some of these classic ones, that's a really good deal. So I will be going back to see like who's dropping off something else or if they're putting out new things. So really loved that. Anyway, that is everything for Saturday. I'm going to take some time to clean, and then I'm going to start reading. And then I'm going to hang out and enjoy my well-deserved weekend because it was a crazy hectic week. I hope you've enjoyed this reading vlog. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Check out my dailies. I try to upload what I'm doing each day. And love your feedback on different videos that I should do. If you haven't been checking out my content, go back to my other videos to see if it's something that you like. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss it. What else? All the things, all the YouTube things. Appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.